Hare Krishna. Now we are going to hear about Brigumuni's pastime, that how Brigumuni set out to find the Supreme amongst the Trinity. As the narration continues, Narad Muni once approached sages who were performing yagyas. Narad Muni inquired from them, to whom were they offering the fruits of the yagyas? Of all the demigods and devatas, who is the greatest? Some rishis considered Lord Brahma to be the greatest of the gods, some considered Lord Vishnu, and some considered Shiva to be the greatest. In an intriguing dialogue among them to decide who is the greatest, they decided that one must be the greatest person who is transcendental to all the material modes of nature. And thus they unanimously elected Brigumuni to test these Gunavatars and find who is the greatest of all three. Brigumuni first went to the abode of Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma was happy to see Brigumuni, his son, but Brigumuni did not pay any obeisances. Outright he ignored him. Lord Brahma saw this, that his son was breaching the basic etiquettes of human manner, and so he became very angry, but he didn't say anything. Brigumuni understood that his father was becoming very angry. He outright left the abode of Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma failed the test as he came under the influence of anger. Then Brigumuni went to Mount Kailash, where he saw Lord Shiva sitting with Mother Parvati. On seeing Brigumuni, Shiva, his elder brother, came up saying, "O Brigu, how are you? I am happy to see you. Welcome to Kailash." And he came to embrace Brigumuni. But as Brigumuni saw this, he stopped Shiva, saying, "Get away from me. Do not touch me. You smell so terrible. You wear ashes of dead bodies smudged over you, and you wear skulls as your garlands. You associate with ghosts and untouchables. Please don't touch me. If you touch me, I would have to immediately take bath in the Ganges just to purify myself from the intense contamination." Lord Shiva, upon hearing Brigu's insulting word, became very angry. He picked up his trident and was about to punish Brigu, but Parvati intervened and said, "No, my lord, he is your brother." Lord Shiva then cooled him down, and Brigumuni left the place. Lord Shiva did not pass the test. Brigumuni then went to Shvetadvipa, the Vaikuntha planet in this universe where Lord Vishnu resides. Lord Vishnu lay on his bed being served by Lakshmi Devi, goddesses of fortune. While the Lord was laying down, Brigumuni charged and kicked him right on his chest. But Lord Vishnu very compassionately, with his folded hand, said, "O Brigumuni, please forgive me. You came in and I didn't even get up to honor you, to welcome you to my home. My chest is so hard and your lotus feet is so soft. I am afraid that I might have harmed your soft leg. Please let me massage your feet." Speaking thus, Vishnu began to massage the lotus feet of Brigumuni. Brigumuni, who being so treated, began to weep and tears flowed from his eyes. He said, "Oh, you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You are above the three modes of material nature. You are so merciful. You are so compassionate, even to an offender like me. Please forgive me." According to Chaitanya Bhagavat, after asking forgiveness from the Lord, Brigumuni started dancing in ecstasy. As he wept and he cried, his hair stood on the end, and he started chanting the holy name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Brigumuni then blissfully returned to all the sages and narrated his report. Everyone from that day onwards consistently worshipped Lord Vishnu by constantly hearing his glories and chanting the holy names of the Lord. Everything was blissful, but Lakshmi Devi felt very depressed and angry. Although Lord Vishnu had tolerated the offense committed by Brigumuni with a very gracious heart, Lakshmi Devi, being a chaste and faithful wife, could not tolerate the offense that was done to her husband. She said to Lord Narayan, "You may forgive this person, for that is your nature, but I have seen this Brahmana whimsically kicking you right in the chest, and because I have seen this abominable act, I have incurred a very heavy, unforgivable sin, and the sin of witnessing you accepting this offense is so great that I cannot live here any longer. I must go away from here. I must perform severe penance in order to wash away the sin that was incurred by me, seeing this offense to you." So, what is the lesson from this incident? Lakshmi Devi considered herself to have incurred such a great sin because she witnessed an offense to the Lord. She knew that an offense to the devotee of the Lord is even greater than the offense to the Lord himself. Our great acharyas explained that if we speak offensive about the Lord, great sin comes upon us. But even if we see an offense being committed or hear someone offending the devotees, we become sinful. This should make us meditate how careful we should be. Sometimes devotees talk and even blaspheme others, and we happen to be there, even if we do not agree with them. The fact is that we heard it makes the sin comes upon us. And sometimes so many devotees in so many places have so many difficulties, and they wonder why. This is all philosophy. It is not just the minor details of the philosophy. We are reminded of it everywhere throughout the scriptures, and in Kali Yuga we take things very lightly. We think offenses are such normal occurrences. We don't think that they are very serious. Anybody can speak anything about anyone at any time. However, the fact is, if there is an offense to the Lord or his devotees, it is a sin. Thus, Lakshmi Devi thought of herself to have incurred a great sin just by seeing Brigumuni kick the Lord at his chest with his foot. And the other question is, did Brigumuni offended Lord Vishnu inside the story? Actually, Brigumuni did not commit any offense. According to Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat, the Lord entered into his body to specifically do that act, just because he wanted to establish the Lord's supreme position in the world forever. Brigumuni was actually doing it to glorify the Lord. Here we see the delicacy of Vaishnava etiquette. If we commit an offense to Brigumuni for his act of kicking the Lord in the chest, it's sinful for two reasons. First, because he is a Vaishnava, and second, not only is he a Vaishnava, but he was doing a very specialized, incomprehensible service. In our Vaishnava literature, it is also explained that even Brahma and Shiva were not angry at Brigumuni at all, but they pretended to be angry. Why? Because they wanted all of their followers and the entire creation to know that Vishnu is the supreme. They acted as if being very angry, just to fail the test so that Vishnu would win. It was their way of glorifying the Lord.